Hello and welcome to British Academy Live Coding. Today we will go through the last part of the tutorial for MVC with EF Core. Pretty much we would take a look at 5 points: perform raw SQL queries, core query to return entities, core query to return other types, core and update query, and examine SQL queries. So we are starting. So the first part with the raw SQL queries, well, they are rather simple. We can write raw SQL queries in any framework. These are the two options: dbset from SQL, and the second one is database.execute SQL command. What is really a must is that the raw SQL query should be always with parameter, and it should not include a part from the user which is not parameterized. Thus, we can go to SQL injection, and it's already 2019. It would be really a shame if someone can SQL inject our application. So these are the three things that we should remember for raw SQL queries: dbset from SQL here, database execute SQL command, and always use parameterized queries in order to avoid SQL injection attacks. This is a parameterized query. Just slip here. This thing here is a parameterized query, and this is already for the second point, core query to return entities. So let's go to our application a bit and change a few stuff. What should be changed? We go to department controller, details, and here we write the query. It will be simply a string query, and it will be select star. Okay, do not use select star, but in this case, okay. From I'm going to write department, but I know that our SQL table is not department, it's something else. It was departamentos or something, because we were using Spanish stuff, like let's say it was in the context here, departamentos, departamentos. So where was it? Departments controller. This is what we're looking for. So from departamentos, where department ID equals parameter. So we save, and then we say var department away context departments great. And this is the way to use the raw SQL query. We say from SQL query, and you see here ID object parameters. It's great, it is parameterized. We give ID, great. So we save it, and first or default async. Let's leave it like this, or leave it like this. Okay, doesn't matter. Now is a possibility to start with F5 and see whether it works. So pressing F5, waiting a bit, and after it loads, we can go to departments, details, and we see that it works. So far so good. Yep. The next point in our topic is core query to return other types. So we would edit the query which was calling for the number of students for each enrollment date, and we were using link there, and now we are going to redo it a bit. So in the home controller CS, this one, take a look at the about, this one, and yeah, simply this is how it was looking like. Let's press Ctrl K, Ctrl C, just to make sure that it's copied, it's commented. And now instead of link, we are going to write it without link, so list strange. My keyboard is doing some strange stuff. Okay, linked list enrollment date groups. This is the data type enrollment date groups, which should be somewhere here. Enrollment date groups. Whenever we don't know where the data type is, we can say, for example, peak definition, and it would say us it's in enrollment date groups, CS, and this is how it looks like. Peak definition is really a good thing. We can also say go to definition. It would say it's in enrollment groups, date groups. Yeah. So close the peaks and continue programming. So it is new list of enrollment date groups. So our connection would be context database getDB connection. Again, if we do not remember what was this getDB connection, we can say peak definition. And this is how it looks like. We can say also go to definition. Yeah, and it would throw us in the .NET beauty. So getDB connection. Try catch is a good option here. Let's see, try. Await connection, open async. And now using var command, connection create command. Whenever we see something like start here, these are the top 5 which are used, which is something new for the last version of .NET framework and of .NET Core. So now we write the query. We write the query here with big ones, the command select enrollment date. Enrollment date is one word. Count star as student count. Space, and we continue plus from I need the school context again because I don't remember how the table was. The table was estudiantes, from estudiantes plus group by enrollment date. So far so good. Command text equals query. Great. DB data reader. Okay, DB data reader. Control dot for what I'm using. Yeah, this one. DB data reader equals await command execute reader async. If reader has rows, then while await reader async, and reader async is a method, then var row equals new enrollment group, enrollment date equals reader dot get date time, the first part, then student count would be reader dot get int 32 1. Alright, great. We can also do it a bit more understandable like this. If you consider it more understandable, depends. It's a question of taste. like this. Could be like also on one line, it can be on 4 lines, depending on how do you want it. And then groups, add row, groups.add row. Okay, great. This shouldn't be like this, it should be like this, yeah. I guess then we put after the if, this one is the if, after the if we put reader.dispose. Reader is this way. Dispose. Okay, so we needed this one. And in the end we need the finally. Somewhere instead of the catch, we would say simply finally. Connection.close. Remove the catch completely. And let's return view groups. Okay. There are 2 errors that we have somehow. Yeah, of course I'm missing something. No issues found, great. Let's, I don't know. System links we are going to leave because it could be that we want to uncomment the text here. Or I'll simply delete it. And I can also press here Ctrl Dot, removing the unnecessary stuff. Okay, let's build the solution to see whether everything is okay. Error list, okay. Some information that our stuff can be simplified. Of course it can be simplified. And now is the moment of truth. I'm going to Ctrl F5 and waiting a bit. Okay. That is it. And we click on the about and we get an unhandled exception occurred while processing the request. And this is somewhere here. Await command execute reader async. What's the problem? Let's take a look. Okay, it seems like probably because of the way we have written the string, it looks like the following. Let me show. Notepad opening. This is my notepad. Like this. And we see that if we concatenate the string correctly, there is no space between estudiantes and group by, which is not a great thing. So what we should do is add the space, save, and then try to click refresh to see whether it would be okay. Now we have to press Ctrl and F5 again for the whole party to start. And we see that everything works the way it should be working, so it's time to continue with the last part of the tutorial, calling an update query. So the idea of the update query is that there should be an option for the Contoso University people to change the number of credits which are assigned per course. So this is actually an additional feature that we're going to add now, not only like I don't know, changing a bit stuff. So let's go to the courses controller and update the other update course credits method for the get and for the post. So where should we add them? let's add them on the top as far as it's the best thing. So public iAction result update course credit, some method, so parentheses are a must in C#, and we simply say return view, another method. And now the post, here we say public async task iAction result update course credits int, which could be also nullable because of the power of the question mark here, will be multiplier. How many times should we multiply pretty much the credits with? So update course credits, okay, should be like credit or credits. Let's leave it credits. Yeah. So if true, if multiplier is not null, then await context dot then view data rows affected will be equal to await context database dot execute SQL command async, and the command would be update course, not course, but in our case it was cursos, update cursos set credits equal to credits times placeholder and the parameters will be multiplier. Great, and also return view. So this is the get, this is the post. We can also write here HTTP get, but it's not needed. I mean, as far as it's not written, it's obvious. Anyway, let's leave it written. So in the Solution Explorer, let's go to the Views Courses folder and Views Courses and add. And what should we add? A new item, of course. And add a new item, dialog, click ASP.NET Core. Great, clicked. And then take a look in the installed. Sort by, it's okay. Installed Razor View. Okay, where should the Razor View be? Razor. Razor View is this one. Yes, and we are going to call it this view update course credits.cshtml. Great. The name should be exactly the same as the one here, just to make sure. Copied it, looks the same, perfect. So update course credits, delete the comments that just came up with everything. Let's close all but this and write a few stuff. First thing, view back title. This is how we pass stuff around. So update course credits. Okay, then header 2, update course credits, looks okay. And now if view data, rows affected, is new, then what should we do? Then we should add a form. Yay. 2 tabs make sometimes a lot of stuff. ASP action would be this one, update course credits, and the method would be, yeah, we shouldn't mention the method here. Okay, Control Z. Yeah, update course credits is okay. And in the form we'll put a div. The div class would be form action. Form minus action. Actions, no color. I am expecting something like a form that minus something from the Bootstrap, but Bootstrap is not helping. So let's think about form control actually. Yeah, as far as it's Bootstrap is good. Yeah, okay, P. Now write something in the P, enter a number to multiply the credits by, and this would be html.textbox multiplier. Okay, and another paragraph. It would be would type submit. And submit is the button, value would be update, and the class would be button minus button default. So far so good. And now if view data rows affected is not null, just close the parentheses here. Then a new paragraph, number of rows updated, view data rows affected. Cool. And at the end we would put a back to index link, HTML action link, back to list, and it would be the index one. Great. Okay, so let's press Ctrl F5 and see what we have done. Waiting a bit, and after it loads we can go to courses. This is the courses. Let's click update course credits, and it looks really ugly. Yep, ugly as it can be. So the reason for this is that here the class form control is not a good class. The class should be something a bit better. So form actions, no color. The good thing is that we can press Ctrl S, then go back to our thing, press refresh, it would refresh automatically. This is something great. So let's say all the credits updated by 1000. Back to the list. That's quite okay. We can go once again to credits, update, and multiply once again by 1000. Back to the list. It's quite a lot of credits. But yeah, this is how it looks like. Yeah, this one is a bit hidden. It is not present like on the menu, but we can actually make it present on the menu if we want to. Like it's not a big deal. Just go to courses on the view of the index of courses, and somewhere here write a new ASP action, something like ASP action. Let's say copy this one. Don't call it edit, but call it ASP action. Okay, call it something like change credits, and this one would be also going to update course credits. And the root ID would be this one. Or simply like add HTML dot action link. That's the best one. String link test. Okay, link test would be course update course credits. The next one, action name, would be update course credits, and the controller would be courses controller, I guess. Yeah. Let's see whether it would work, or I simply said that it was too easy and it wasn't that easy. Let's check. Control F5. Okay, it is here, but courses controller update course credits, if you see like here down, it's really a wrong option. So even if I click, it wouldn't bring me where I want. So it's not the courses controller here. It should be courses. So save, go back, and let's see. Courses, okay, refresh. I'm speaking about a thing showing up here on the lower end, lower left of the browser, like this. Courses, update course credits, let's see. And here we go. So back to the list. Let's see if we update by 2, this should be 8 something. We update by 2, update. And this is it. We updated by 2 and it became quite a lot actually. And so far so good. Let's go with the last point of our tutorial, last point is examining SQL queries. So what should we do to examine the SQL queries? Pretty much the following. Go to the students controller in controllers, for example, and in the students controller take a look at the details method and put a F5 and then run the query. Students exist is unused. Yeah, it's a pity. There was some warning for unused code. I should have checked it, but not today. So once our code loads completely and our application loads, we can do the following. We can go to the students And here we can go to details, and you see the following, which is kind of beautiful. And here in the output window, we see everything we need. How do we go to this output window? It's under views, output. Yeah. And this is it. We also see like a select two, top two. Why do we select top two? Because of the single or default async. Single or default async means that in order to realize what's happening, it should select top two. If to realize whether there is more than one result from the SQL server. And yeah, this is how to debug a bit more into detail, seeing what exactly the entity framework sends to the database. In our case, it sends this kind of beautiful SQL string, SQL message, SQL query. Yeah, so far so good. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. Thank you for watching probably all the 10 video tutorials so far. And have a great day. If you have any questions, write them in the comments. If not, Google them. And yeah, that's all folks. Bye bye.